playing his final NFL snap.
Welcome to the Pro Football Hall of Fame's Gold Jacket class of 2017. I'm Steve Wyche of the NFL Network, and I'm joined by this elite group of now Gold Jackets: Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason Taylor, and Morten Andersen. Gentlemen, let's start this off easy. We'll start with you and work our way across, Jason. How does it feel just a few days after finding out you're going to be with that immortal group of 310 men?
You ever heard of Cloud 9? I'm like, whatever's above that, whether it's 10, 11, 12, 20, I'm still up there. I really haven't come to grips with it at all. Happiest guy on the planet, luckiest guy on the planet. I'm still shocked.
Morten?
Just trying to stay in the moment right now. It's overwhelming. And when David Baker, president of the Hall of Fame, mentioned that the bronze bust that will be in Canton last 40,000 years, that kind of put it in perspective for me. Just so grateful for these great men and for the whole process and for the result, obviously.
Mr. Jones?
I tell you, what made me really want to be a part of the NFL, if you will, football, were in large part the men that are in the Hall of Fame. It has been nothing but as though I had died and gone to heaven, so to speak, to be in the NFL. It hardly seems fair to get a little serious pat on the back for being involved. I'm so proud to be with these men, but to be a part of it, it just hardly seems fair to have gotten this ride all the way the NFL has been for 27 years and be sitting here with you.
There you go. All right, Kenny?
My soul cries out hallelujah. I thought for a very long time that it was not going to happen, and I had actually given up on the prospects. I don't want to break down again, but it's the most uplifting thing that has ever happened to me in my life. And I was enormously grateful because I just did not believe that it could happen to Ken Easley after so many years.
Well, Morten, you hear something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. But you've had to wait a while, too. I mean, I'm sure that hasn't been... it's too easy to be patient here.
5 years seems nothing compared to what Kenny had to go through, so I can't imagine what that has been like, but it's worth it, let me put it that way. And you always imagine what's it going to be like if and when that knock on the door comes. How am I going to react? So when the knock came and David Baker was standing outside that door, I had to say room service. Club sandwich. Not so much. I started crying and made his right shoulder pretty wet. So, and then it kind of sunk in from there, and it's just a very powerful experience.
Jason is a guy who's going in on the first ballot. When you hear Kenny and Morten talk about having to wait, how much does that make you appreciate, or at least I'll say this, understand how great of a career you had to get in as a first ballot guy?
To be honest, I still don't understand why me over some other guys. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad it happened. But you look at some of the other guys that were up, Brian Dawkins, and, why did Kenny have to wait so long? And while some of us are far removed from when he played, you look at his body of work and you watch film of him play, and it's mind-blowing. So I had no expectation that it was going to be this year for me. I was totally blown away. It's still surreal. I'm still trying to figure it out. To be honest with you, I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm waiting for someone, for Ashton Kutcher to jump out and say you've been pumped. But maybe this is real.
Now, Jerry, you've been around this game in about every aspect there is of football. Does this bring it full circle?
I knew what it had done in my life as far as inspiring me, and so I just wanted to be a part of it. I couldn't have dreamed that over the ensuing years that I've been involved with the Cowboys, that it would evolve the way it has evolved.
Kenny, how was that day for you, that waiting, that anticipation of a few more hours to see if your wait was going to last any longer than it already had?
I just had this sense that it was going to be my turn. If I remained patient and waited upon the Lord, that my season would happen.
One of the special moments we hear from the guys when they go in is at that honor ceremony is when the existing Gold Jackets walk up on the stage.
When they flooded the stage, I mean, they give you that hug and tell you welcome to the team, welcome to the club. congratulations. And again, these are all guys that, a lot of these guys that I've looked up to. Some I had a chance to play against or play with, but now they're welcoming you into that new fraternity, that new locker room. I have a team in a locker room for the rest of my life.
Joe Namath was the first guy that came towards me. I said, surely he's not coming to hug me. He's going with some of the other guys, because I just couldn't believe it. He comes right up to me, welcome to the brotherhood. And then here comes Willie Lanier, and here comes Steve Young, and it just went from there. And overwhelming is just not a big enough word for it.
Jerry? Well, when I got that big old hug from Michael Irvin, and a minute or two later, that Emmitt Smith grabbed me, and they sat there and asked me to present them. And I'm gonna mess around here and get emotional again, but when I did that, I thought, this is the biggest honor that I could ever have, of getting to present them in the Hall of Fame. And I can't tell you how surreal it was when there they were giving me that big old hug out there.
When they hugged me, Kenny Houston, Lem Barney, Aeneas Williams, defensive backs,